What's up, guys? So I have a story for you. I went out last weekend with a gay friend. My friend and I were like, let's just go. Let's go to Twist, the local gay bar in Miami Beach. So we go, I have a lot of fun with my friend. He's partnered, so it's really nice because he's just not the kind of friend to like be desperately thirsty, like on the prowl and then like abandon me at the bar. I'm not into those kinds of friends, and I'm not that friend either. So it works because we're both like engaged when we hang out. But at a certain point in the night, we're walking, and I make eye contact with this guy, and I just liked his energy. Like I liked the way he approached me. I liked there was a chemistry thing. But my friend is moving towards another part of the bar, and so I'm following him, and it was just kind of like a missed sort of the guy that I made eye contact with, he was also going the other direction. So it was just this awkward little like, oh, hi, oh, okay, I'm going with my friend. And that was that. And for the next 5 minutes, I was like, oh shit, like I wanted to talk to that guy, but I'm not going to leave my friend hanging and just go and talk to some random guy when I'm just there one-on-one with my friend, right? So an hour or so later, he passes me again. This time I'm stationary in a specific spot. And so I start talking to this guy. Now at this point, admittedly, it's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. I've had many drinks. I'm sure he's had many drinks. Everybody at the bar is like drunk. The music's so loud. And so within just a few minutes of talking to him, I'm like, listen, I'm interested in getting to know you. I'm at a point where I'm not looking for a hookup. I'm looking for a connection. Take my number if you're interested. We can text tomorrow. We can connect. We can meet up. But I don't want to leave my friend by himself, and I'd rather connect with you in like a different context, a sober environment. So if somebody said this to me, especially at 4 a.m, I feel like I would be so charmed, so enamored. I'd be like, this is a serious person. Like, this is somebody who is intention based, right? I've talked about this before, being intention based. So he seemed to be on the same page. He was like, I totally get it. That's cool. I'm open to anything. We'll text tomorrow. We'll talk. And that was that. And we exchanged numbers. And then 10 minutes or 20 minutes later, he ended up being in that area again, and he came over to talk to me again. And I liked it, that he like came back. He wanted to connect again. And then the next day, never heard from him. Last few days, never heard from him. So the last few days, I've been like, damn, I wanted to connect with that guy. He seemed cool. He seemed to get it. So did I misread the cues? Like, I hate, and I think I've said this before, this is like a huge trigger for me. I hate confusion. I hate mixed signals. I hate not understanding somebody's intent. And so then you go through, the thoughts of like, did I say something or was that too serious to say like, this is what I want a connection? But in the moment of overanalyzing this, I realized, hold on. Now you're questioning boundaries that you've set. Now you're questioning your own intentions that you set. And that's the opposite of what you're supposed to do. I think a part of it too is like a rejection thing. Nobody wants to be rejected, but I think if I feel that somebody doesn't want to meet me halfway, it always feels like a rejection. But what I've been realizing about situations like this is if somebody doesn't want to meet you halfway, that means that they're not the right fit for you as well. It's not just that they're not interested and they're not making a move for whatever reasons they have. Like you shouldn't want to attract somebody who doesn't have the capacity, the desire right now, whatever his reasons are. That should tell me that I'm not compatible with this person because I set the intention and he disengaged. So that's the point of setting the intention, so you don't waste your time. And I realized that the only time I wasted throughout any of this situation, was me over analyzing, like, why haven't I heard from this guy? You can't control other people. You can control yourself, how you feel about things, how you react to things. I handle that the way that I stand by it in a sober context, not drinking. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I was able to, at 4 a.m, like, I was very clear on what I want. So I've been digging through this, trying to figure out like, why did this upset me so much? Is it that I felt like I wasn't in control of a dynamic that I thought I was in control of? Is it the confusion? Is it feeling rejected? But I again realized this is a situation where you go into this familiar pattern of overthinking something that there's no value behind it, because you're never going to know, you're never going to get closure on why somebody's somebody made you believe they were into you based on what they said, but then their behavior doesn't match it. And I'm also at an age now where I realize I can reach out to him, like if I really am that interested. But again, actions speak louder than words, and I'm at a point where I am really big on paying attention to the inconsistencies in a person's words versus their actions. And so if somebody tells me they want to connect with me, they want to go on a date, and then I never hear from them, again, it's not just they're not that interested. That should tell me, that teaches me, this is not the kind of person that you ought to be interested in either. So, of course, I didn't reach out to him. And if somehow he reaches out over the next few days, it's like, at this point, I'm just disappointed that this isn't somebody who's on my wavelength, for lack of a better term. And I feel like the older I get, the clearer it becomes to me what it is I want. And I want to attract a guy who has that same thoughtfulness I had at 4 a.m, meaning who's going to reach out that same night to be like, it was great meeting you, or the next day, and have me on his mind. Not in an obsessive way, but just in a like, I want to show this person I care and that I'm intention-based.